today I'm going to be bringing you guys basically Madden 17. It came out I think a week ago, and my Ultimate Team is one of my favorite game modes. It's basically like my favorite game mode in every single video game that they have. You know, Diamond Dynasty for MLB, my Ultimate Team for Madden, and my team, I believe it's called in 2K. Those are basically my favorite game modes. I love the fact that you can create your own team that you personally like, and you can play with whatever players you like. And I find that to be extremely fun for me. So hopefully you guys do too. Hopefully that's why you guys are here. And hopefully what you guys take away from this is basically just, you know, who are some good budget running backs. Now the running back is a very important position to have in this game. It's obviously, if not, you know, it's probably the second most important position to have, depending on what your strategy is. The first is probably your quarterback. I think that's relatively obvious. And then depending on, you know, what your strategy is after that, on the offensive side, the running back is either the second or third most important player to have. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just going over who my top 5 budget running backs are. My definition of budget really quickly is basically just 84 below. I'm not putting in any elite players yet, just because a lot of people may not have the money, and you probably should build your team just very, like, you want a ton of 80 overalls on your team right now. You don't necessarily want to get, you know, one elite and then have a couple 70s. You want to make sure your team is very balanced so that your team isn't just one-dimensional. And if your team becomes one-dimensional, it either becomes easy to beat because, you know, you're just going to throw to that one guy every time, or it becomes annoying to play against because all you do is throw it to one guy and it's not fun anymore because it's just you're not balanced. So you want to have a balanced team. So I'm just going to go over my top 5 budget running backs. This is a combination of the price and how good their stats are. The most important stats for me so far that I've noticed is speed is relatively very important. A lot of these running backs don't have top-notch speed. And what I mean by that is they don't have 90 speed. Some of them have 86. There's one that has, or a couple that has 84. And then there's some high 80s. And I've noticed that, you know, the difference between like 84 speed and 88 speed is huge. It's just, it's such a big factor in how well your team does in the running game that I just literally think that speed is the most important stat in this game. So, or at least for a running back, it is very important now. I used to have a better running game, and now I'm switching more to speed, and not even really like juke moves or anything. It's just getting through holes. That's more important. That's more acceleration, but also having the top speed to, you know, quickly get through those holes, and then, you know, accelerate to that top speed as fast as you can, so you can get through those holes as fast as you can, without really, you know, letting the defensive line get to you at all. So, saying that, I'm just going to go right off. At number 5, I have a tie, so I guess that would be number 4. Let me just find one down here so that it doesn't get bought out. DeMarco Murray is one of my top 5. He's either 5 or 4, depending on what you are going for. Now what you see here is you have 86 speed. That's not great, that's not terrible. I haven't used this card yet, nor have I used any card with 86 speed. So I can't tell you exactly how well he plays. But I can tell you that I've played with Jonathan Stewart before, and his 84 speed is extremely slow. He does not get past the line of scrimmage. I was using him because he was very balanced, but I figured out that he cannot really play that way. So you probably want to get a little bit more speed in there, at least 86. The acceleration is 80, which helps a little bit with getting through the hole. Other than that, he's a very balanced running back, so the defense doesn't really know if he's going to either A, truck you or if he's going to juke you. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've had a problem with juking players lately. I've really only juked like 2 or 3 people in this game, and it's a little hard to do. One of the ways I've been getting by defenders is by stiff arming them. So the reason that DeMarco's made this list is because his stiff arm is 86, which is amazing. or it's just good compared to all the other running backs that have, you know, decent speed. Most of the faster running backs will not have a good stiff arm move. So one way to, I mean, how you do a stiff arm is you just press X when the guy's getting closer to you. It works great if you're trying to run, you know, down the sideline, or if you're just running and then all of a sudden there's a defender coming to your left or right, and you can just stiff arm them, and there they go. I think it's a better move than, like, let's say, trucking or juking. Just because stiff arm doesn't make you go in a completely different direction. You can basically just keep running in that same direction, and then you can just quickly stiff arm and then keep going in that direction. You don't have to, like, juke to the left, and then you don't go 5 yards to the left into another defender. You're also not, you know, running over a defender and probably getting tackled in the process, because most of the chances when you truck someone, you probably just get an extra 3 or 2 yards just because of the animations and how they work. You're not really, like, you don't truck someone and then run by them. You kind of just truck them and then you fall over them. Or if you truck them, then you're probably standing still. You're not, like, still running at full speed. Then you stop because you just truck somebody and you have to, like, regather yourself. So I think stiff arm is probably one of the better moves to actually get in this game. Compared to juke, spin, truck, all that other stuff. I think stiff arming is definitely good. You don't slow it down too much, plus it's definitely a good move to use really whenever. There are sometimes you don't want to juke, and there are sometimes you don't necessarily want to truck. But a stiff arm is a fantastic move to have, especially on one-on-one situations. So that's when you're going to be using these moves too. So DeMarco Murray is definitely up there in my budget. I've seen him go for, like, low as, like, 2,000. I don't know what he's going for exactly now. But 2,600 is the lowest. 3,000 looks like that's probably where he'll actually be at. So not too expensive at all. That can be easily a couple games. Now my next one is going to be LeSean McCoy. These two tied, and the reason these two tied is because their speed and acceleration were both the same. But the reason I basically said they were tied is because this is your preference. If you want to go with more of, like, a running back that's quicker, more agile, and you're going to juke a lot more, obviously LeSean McCoy is the play. He is the guy that's going to get you more jukes. He's going to juke a ton more, as you can see. His agility is 94, which is ridiculous. His carrying is still 84, which I believe is better than DeMarco Murray's. His elusiveness is 90, ball carrying vision 92. The reason I wouldn't necessarily play with him is because his stiff arm is 68, so that completely eliminates him ever stiff arming someone. But if you're going to juke and spin a ton, then all more power to you, because this card's going to be way better than DeMarco Murray. But if you're someone that says, alright, well, I might juke, I might stiff arm, it all depends on how I'm feeling, DeMarco Murray is the running back for you. So if you want a quicker back, that's McCoy. If you want more of a, you know, balance back, that's Murray. McCoy, I can tell you guys, well, he's a little bit more expensive. So if you guys really wanted a budget one, I guess Murray would be better. But again, McCoy has more elusiveness and more juking ability. So, you know, that's kind of favored in these games compared to just trucking and stuff like that. So my number 3 is actually going to be someone that's relatively expensive. But the reason I chose him is because his card is just really good. So I'll choose a random one down here. Right off the bat, he's not very. I mean, his agility is only 83, which not very great. But at the same time, you're not going to be using him so much with agility. It's going to be more. The speed is at 89, which compared to a lot of other running backs is really good. And the acceleration at 88, as you just saw, is just as good as LeSean McCoy's. David Johnson is just a really solid player. 84 carrying, which is decent enough. I mean, you don't really want to get too much lower than 85. But the part that gets me is the fact that all of his stats right here are really balanced too. The trucking is at 84, which gives him the ability to obviously truck. The elusiveness at 80 and the juke move at 86 allows him to be juking and possibly doing a spin move. So that creates a huge threat also. And then also the 87 stiff arm. You don't really see an 89 speed, 87 stiff arm, 86 juke move running back, and, a running back is a very important position to have. So if you're going to spend, let's say if you're going to spend $3,000 on a running back, it would literally be worth it to just play a couple more games, pick up David Johnson, and play with him instead because of the fact that his stats are definitely a lot better. I haven't brought myself to do it yet because I'm going to try and get someone that's even better than that. And I'm going to, I'll do one player after the number one guy, just to show you guys who I'm trying to get. And the next guy, there's not too many great running backs, I feel, in this 80 to 84 range. I try to stay in this range because these guys are around 3,000 to 2,000, and the 70 overall running backs are they're like at 1,000-ish. It's not much of a difference, and just the stats that these guys give you are definitely a lot better. But I'll go over just complete value. The next one is going to surprise possibly some of you guys. Giovanni Bernardo, this is my running back, and the reason he's at number 2 is because I'm using him, and I love him. His agility is 92. He's very, very quick, very fast. He gets through the hole immediately. He's very good at that, and it's one thing I really love. When my line blocks through him, he is easily getting me 8 to 10 yards a carry, which is just ridiculous. He doesn't fumble at 86, and he can be used as a receiver too with 70 catching. Is one of the perks of having him. He also is a returner. I guess that doesn't really do it justice, but he was a returner. I don't know if he is anymore at the Bengals, but other than that, his stiff arm isn't great, but I have used it, and it's done decently for me. So, it's not too bad, but you're not going to really stiff arm too much with him. You're going to juke a lot more. I haven't had too much success with juking, so I'm trying to get a different running back. But the fact that this guy is extremely quick and elusive, and he's got good ball carrying, plus the stiff arm isn't too bad, so plus he can also work with the passing game, so it worked out really well with him. I really like having him. He's very quick, very fast, and the stiff arm has been using pretty decently lately for me, so I like having him on my team, and he is one of my favorite players in the NFL. So this guy, as a budget player, now I have not played with this card yet, but I did just buy him, and he may be possibly a little, overrated in this game. But it is Ezekiel Elliott. Now, there's a ton of hype coming out of this guy right out of college. He went to Ohio State, I believe, and he was the running back there for a good amount of time, I believe, and he helped them win, or was he? I can't remember what he was. I didn't like Ohio State too much, but I remember him in the championship game, I believe against Oregon, and it was impossible. This guy he was really good in college. That's basically what I'm trying to say. He's really good in college. The 89 speed, the 88 acceleration. Let me just go to this way. You can see the acceleration, agility, and speed, all 88, 89s. That's really good for running backs. The 84 carrying, if you see a speed back like this that's a rookie, you expect the carrying to be low, but his carrying is 84, which really isn't bad. He's got pretty good pass blocking. I don't know what the other guys were, but it's pretty good pass blocking. Trucking isn't really too much of an option here, but again, I haven't really trucked with anybody, and you're probably not going to want to truck with someone with that amount of speed. He's got good ball carrying vision. The stiff arm is at 80, which, I mean, if he is the definition of a budget running back. He can literally do everything. He's got the balanced moves down here, and he's got the speed. So granted, he may not be able to put on too many moves, but he's going to get the speed. He's going to hit the hole really quickly. He's going to get at least it to the linebackers. And if he can make a move, maybe he can break a big run because he's got the speed. He's got everything. And literally, they have 3 running backs there for some reason. Let me just quickly do this. He's going for 1,800. I literally just bought him for 1,400 or something. He costs nothing. I'm assuming from his stats that he looks like he's going to be ridiculous. So if you guys really say, okay, I don't want to spend more than 2,000, go get him, because that card is ridiculous, and there's no way that card can be bad. There's just no way. Unless your line is bad, there's no way that card's going to fail. There's no way that card can fail if he gets in the open space. He's just got, his stats are too good for, too little money. So I think he's a great card to have. Now I'm going to go to the card that I'm not sure how much it's getting talked about, because it is an 80 to 84 card. But it is this card right here, this Derrick Henry card. Now I know this isn't a budget pick, and I was debating about getting him because of the fact that, alright, what am I doing? I want to see what he's going for. He's going for 19,000 now. He was going for like 26 earlier. It seems to me that there is a ton of him now. So we'll just go over his basics, his stats for right now. The 88 speed and 91 acceleration is pretty cool. I just showed you guys 5 of the running backs. None of them had over 90 acceleration from what I remember. The speed is 88, so that's really good. I believe that's just like Elliott's or Bernard's, which is pretty fast. The agility and strength are both at 85, so he's quick and he's strong. The carrying is at 89, so again, he's not going to fumble at all. The carrying is better than everybody else. This is for, if you have a ton of money and you really want to spend money on a really good running back, this is probably the guy. Could get better pass blocking, but you're not looking for that. The trucking is 92, so if you want to truck someone, then you can truck someone. If you want to stiff arm someone, which I personally love doing in this game, and that's probably the reason I'm going to get him, you can easily just stiff arm someone. And the juke move is at 85, so literally this card has a ton of threats to do in the open field. I don't know what else is down here, if anything else works. I mean, he's got injury, stamina's not too bad, so he can last decently. Just a pretty good card to have, and his price is going down relatively quickly. So that's basically my budget running backs and one extra running back, which I think, if you have an extra 20,000 to spend and you're like, hey, I need a running back, sell your running back and then get Derrick Henry, because, again, I don't see how some of these cards can fail. I'm using Giovanni Bernard right now, and I'm seeing how well he plays with his speed, and his speed's only 87. So I'm seeing how well he plays, how quick he is, and how fast he gets through the hole. I can only imagine what some of these cards do at like 89, because of the fact that I also used Jonathan Stewart, who was extremely slow and could never get through the line. It really annoyed me. And he wasn't elusive. He was not a good running back. I thought he was going to be a lot better than what he actually was. He was not. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this was a little bit informative. If I see anything else, I'll post it in the comment section and say, hey, I missed this guy. This guy's also a pretty good option. But anyways, if you guys, also think I should check someone out, and if I left someone out of this video and you're like, hey, you left this guy out, let me know just in the comments, and I'll comment why I didn't choose him. It probably has to do with either the speed, the stiff arm, or the acceleration. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, let me know why, like always. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any positions that you guys want me to do, let me know, and I'll do them. If not, I'm just going to go to the positions that I'm comfortable with doing, and then I'll just keep doing that until I figure out all of them. So thank you guys for watching, and I guess I will just see you guys in the next video. So